Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to do a reading on another word, another emotion. Although I think that this is kind of I'm feeling really drawn to doing this. And every day I seem to get in my mind, my guides tend to tell me, okay, today you're going to read on this word. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to you guys. I'm going to do what you tell me, and I'm going to read on the word you suggest. So the suggestion today is the word anger. Now, most people associate anger as being something very, very negative. But anger is also a word that's used to uh, promote action. Like a lot of people who took to the streets a couple of weeks ago in the No Kings protest, they were angry, reflected on their signs and on the way that they carried themselves. So is anger a bad thing? We ask ourselves that all the time. And what I noticed is that as a child, I was often told that I can't get angry about stuff. So basically, by getting angry, it just basically means concealing. Concealing, not healing. Now, if you get angry about something and you want to express that anger and you want to express those emotions that you have about it, then one of the things that can happen is once you express those emotions and once you get that anger out, it's like a release, and then you're done with it and you can move on to other things. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my rods. Okay. And the funniest thing about it is every time I use these, my hands end up smelling like metals. So I don't use them very often. But Sunshine is my guide that uses the rods. She likes to use the rods, and I think she likes no answers so that she can hit me in the shoulder with the rods. So I'm going to first say clear, and I'm going to say Sunshine. Um, show me yes, please. Sunshine, are you here? Okay, I know my guides are always with me, so Sunshine, are you here? Yes, she's here. Okay. Little delayed reaction there, aren't you though? Aren't you, girl? And Sunshine, show me yes, please. Okay, there you go. So there's yes. Okay, maybe she had to take care of something in the angelic realm. Okay, show me no, please. I know you're wanting to. Thank you. Yeah, okay, clear. Okay, so my first question to you, Sunshine, is anger a positive emotion? And ironically, she says yes. Is our reactions clear, please? Clear, please. Thank you. Okay. Um, our is our reaction to anger positive or always positive? No. This was something I knew, but I just wanted to establish that she is here and she's answering these questions. Um, so how we respond to things is, or if we get angry, it's not a negative thing, it's a positive thing, or it can be a positive thing just depending on how we respond. Is that an accurate summation? Okay, she's not question's not very concise, so I'm gonna put these away. And my guides are guiding me. They're saying you're going to use the cat tarot today because you haven't used it in a while. And so instead of doing the light and the mists, I'm going to use cat tarot. So we're really going to see if I can ignore my genuine response, general responses to these cards, and see what happens here. So I'm going to give these a good shuffle and then mix them up good. And this is the tarot, and to start a new month, we get another deck, different deck, cat tarot. And I love this deck. I think it's so sweet and it's so cute and everything. And I think it's a really great way to unpack the idea of anger because cats can get angry and they can be really, and even though cats are genuinely unconditional and loving and what have you, if you have the right cat, that is, but cats can get angry and cats can show themselves to be angry. And so what I want to do is I want to go into this in a little bit more of a lighthearted. Yesterday when I talked about love, the cards had a more negative feel to them, even though love is a positive emotion. So it just goes to show that there are good and bad sides to everything. But anger is an emotion that generally emerges from the fear side of things. So I mean, if you're angry about something, it's generally because something negative has happened to you that has brought that emotion forward. So I'm going to ask my guides to please give me some information or tell me something about anger through these cat tarot, through these cute kitty cat cards. Tell me something about anger. What can you tell me generally about anger? Because anger is a real emotion and it's something that I think a lot of us are feeling right now. So it is something that probably could stand to be taken out and scrutinized a little bit. So the word is anger. So what can you tell me about anger? One more? One more. Okay. Give it a good shuffle. Give it a good mix up here. The death card. I love this card because it's the vacuum cleaner and the cat's head leaving. Um, the death card is about endings and beginnings. And this card is actually, I mean, even though it has a very negative feel, because it's about endings and beginnings, it does kind of coincide with the idea of how we respond to our anger is how the universe is going to work with it. So if we respond to it in a negative way, then we will have a negative outcome. If we respond to the anger in a way, not, I don't want to say positive way or negative, but in a way that is going to help us. If it's going to help us, then we will have a new beginning and it will be a new start. So this card actually, what I'm getting from my guides is this. When you respond to anger in a negative way, the negative outcome or the negative feeling that you have, the resentment, the anger, the frustration will build up like a fist and it will be harder to contend with. So, in some ways anger begets anger. So when you take in all the things that frustrate and annoy you and anger you, then that begets more anger and more frustration and more, you know and when you take in the anger and you say, okay, I'm going to see this as a new beginning and I'm going to find a way to start over, then you become more aware or in tune with the idea that the anger is not really the problem, but the response to that anger is the problem. And so I think that's where I get with this card. It's very, very, it's very, it is about the endings and beginnings of things and about the just the way that we deal with things. And I'm getting like really warm, so I'm going to open the window. So we have nice windows here where you can like kip them and they will like, when I can't really explain how it works, but here, I'll just show you. The windows are like it's raining, but the windows are like, there we go. And they're kept in, inside. And then you can get air into the room. Oh, and that kind of improved the lighting a little bit too. Okay, let's see. Let me go back up a little bit. There. I'll move this up a little bit. Okay. So anyway, I don't like the way it's set up, but I messed it up when I moved it, so we'll just deal with it. There we go. I had to turn the light on so we have a little bit of light in here. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, how we respond to anger is how our path forward is going to go. So that's why I think that's why we got that card. It's crossed by the Queen of Swords. And look at this matter-of-fact feline. She is very, very, very matter-of-fact. She is a character. I think the Queen of Swords is about um she is about being firm in her convictions and being, the master of her fate, if you will. And so I think that what's going on here with this in terms of anger is one way that we can respond to our anger or to the things that bother us or frustrate us is to is to uh, is to well be chill. I can't think of any other word to describe it. But the Queen of Swords. Let me find my little cheat sheet because I want to explore this a little bit and I want to make sure that I get it right because sometimes I don't remember everything. So I've got my little cheat sheet here. Okay, the Queen of Swords is independent, no nonsense, strong sense of fair play. So yeah, so people who are angry about that's it. I like the sense of fair play because that's what we are that's what we are kind of contending with. We want things to be fair. And when things aren't fair, guess what happens? We get mad, we get angry about it. And so crossing this with this, you have this endings and beginnings. And then you have this character that comes in and says, I want things to be fair. And I'm angry when they're not fair. I'm angry when they're not fair. When I feel that sense of, oh, this is not fair. This is not right. And there's that sense of, people ask me a lot, why do I like the Sixth Doctor in Doctor Who so much? Not only because I'm friends with Colin Baker and I think he's awesome. He's a nice guy. But the Sixth Doctor personified has a sense of anger. And when he comes out and he is angry about something, it's generally because something is justifiably not fair. And injustice makes him angry. So there's that sense of right and wrong with him, with his character, but it's about that sense of justice. In order for us to feel that our anger is justified, we see all the injustice that's going on, and then we say, this is not fair. This is not right. So that, I think, is what is going on. I think um, that is why anger is not really a negative emotion, because it's a recognition that something that is not justifiable has happened, and we know it and recognize it, and we say, that's not fair. Okay? The underlying energy is the Temperance card. And Temperance is about, yeah, being chill, about calm, quiet, and kind of acceptance, but not so much in accepting injustice, but accepting that anger is a part of our physiology. We have emotions and we have anger as one of those emotions. So it's sort of that calm sense that we're like, okay, yeah, I get mad sometimes. Yeah, I get angry sometimes. And I have this feeling. And this is that sort of that sense of, okay, I accept that I'm angry sometimes. And one of the best ways that my husband has to dispel my anger when I get angry, the movie Enchanted. This was about 15 years ago or something. Amy Adams is in it, and at one point she's talking to the lawyer guy, the guy who would become her boyfriend, husband, whatever. But she's talking to him and he's saying, no, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And she says, you make me so. And then she's just angry and she just starts giggling. And it's just, it's like that anger just immediately is gone because she says, it makes me so, so angry. And she's just, I mean, it's just, it's really, really funny. And every time I get upset about something, my husband shoots that line at me and it's gone. The anger is just dissipates. And it's like, I got it out and now it's gone and now I can move on. And that line, that one single line where he does that, then I say, oh my God, that is so funny. And the laughter kind of gets rid of the anger. And I think tomorrow I'll read on laughter. But anyway, right now we're doing anger. So anyway, so temperance is that calm, that saying that line, that one thing that brings me back to myself, to what I am feeling and what I'm thinking and what have you. In the immediate past, we have judgment. Well, yeah, judgment of whatever is happening is going to bring anger. You know, you see something you see no justice or you see injustice, and then you're angry about it, and then you find the calm. But since this is the past, this is our thoughts about what is going on and how we feel about what's happening. So when we're angry, it's generally because we are judging certain things or certain actions that people have taken that have created that anger within us. And so that's the immediate past. So that's better that it's in the past as opposed to the future, because in the future then you would be kind of frustrated. The overarching energy is the Ace of Wands. This is you know what I think of when I see this card and when I see this cat. This cat's having a good time. And this cat's happy. And even if the card itself may not mean or depict happiness, it is a picture, an image of a cat playing and having a good time. So when this cat's having fun and he's happy, then he's releasing all the pain, all the sadness, all the sorrow, all the anger, all of the things, all these all these professed negative emotions. When he's releasing that, then he's having a good time and he's enjoying himself. And that's what the energy kind of wants for us. We have anger. We acknowledge that we have anger and we must deal with that anger. But then we have some fun. So, in the immediate future, we have the Ten of Swords. And I think this is really funny. Um, the Ten of Swords isn't necessarily about us knifing ourselves in the back or being betrayed or, endings and beginnings. But it is when we release the anger, then we are free and we are having fun. When we hold on to that anger, this is what we get. We get stuck on the screen door, not able to get down. We are stuck. We become stuck in that sort of idea or that reality that it's not fair. What can I do? How can I get through this? Externally, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is, I'm not really sure what this means in reference to anger. And I'm not really sure if it really means what I want to say it means, but I'm not really sure. See, I mean, in this instance, I mean, because sevens are usually about chaos and about, all the things that are going on. But this is harvest. Harvest. That's what it is. Okay. I keep trying to remember the images from the cards from the Gilded Tarot, because that's the deck that I use, and that's where I'm learning the cards from. So this is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about the harvest. This is about what you create. When you let go of anger, or when you hold on to anger, you either have this anger that keeps going on, And then what you have that comes up is the harvest, what you create with that anger. So when you let go of that anger and you have this, and you have the fun and the enjoyment, or you have being stuck on a door, not able to get down, that is the harvest. That is what you've created in this thing. So how you respond to the anger is the harvest that you will reap through the uh, through the going through the motions of the emotion. So internally, you have the Page of Pentacles. This is the kind and calming and loving figure. This cat looks pretty calm and loving. But the Page of Pentacles is the gentle energy where this cat is happy and he's feeling pretty contented. But this, I think, is like the calm after the storm. Once you've released that inner that anger, and once you've released all those frustrations that you may be carrying, then what you've got is a chilled cat. You've got somebody that's, you've got a situation where you are calm and collected about all the things that are going on. So this is the image of just calm that you could have with all of this. So once you release, then you have the calm. So it's the calm after the storm. Hopes and fears. This is the Six of Wands. And this is the sometimes people call this the victory card. Once you've overcome your anger, then you have a sense of victory. And you're like, yay, I'm done. I got through it. I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm not stuck in this schism where I'm just mad at the world or angry at the world. So once you work through that, then you have that sense that everything is fine and dandy and that we're all going to be okay. And so that's a victory card. And that's the victory. And this cat's jubilant and having fun and saying, yeah, I'm having a great time and I'm not worried about anything anymore. I don't have to worry. Once the anger is gone, then I have no reason to worry anymore. And the final outcome is the Emperor. Oh, the poor cat wearing the cone of shame. I love it. Generally, the Emperor, when I did the political readings, the Emperor would be about this person in charge. But what this could be is you rule over your emotions. Your emotions do not rule over you. You rule over your emotions. And that's what this is. This is the cat that says, I may be wearing the cone of shame, but I'm in control of my own emotions. I'm in control of how I feel about X, Y, and Z. And that is the victory. That is the victory. You rule over your emotions. Your emotions do not rule you. And once people recognize that their emotions they are what they are, then the then the then the problems will go away. Well, they may not go away. I mean, people are always going to have problems. There's always going to be something going on that we're going to have to contend with or deal with. But we will have times in our lives when we have to deal with our, how we feel about things and things like that. So, but the thing is, the idea of ruling over your emotion means basically that you are the one who has the power or the control over what your emotions are going to do. So when you get angry about something and you get upset about something, then basically what it means is that you have the power over whatever's happening to you, and you have the power to over what it is, what it is that's happening. Okay, so sunshine. Um, do we have power over our emotions? Yes, we do. Thank you. Clear. Sunshine. Is our response to anger a means of setting us free? Okay. Yes. So, whatever it is that we are angry about, we have the power to choose how we respond to that anger. And I'm going to just ask it, is anger a negative emotion? No, it's not. So, clear, please. Oh, she's really here. This is wild. Okay. Um, will our response to anger have an eventual outcome on what happens in the world? Will our response to anger have an outcome on what will happen in the world? Yes. This is specifically why people are saying stay calm. This is why they're saying, we know you're angry. We know you have issues and things going on. But this is why they're saying stay calm. Because whatever happens, if we respond in anger to what's going on, then that will give them justification to treat us in a negative way. So what we have to do is we have to say, I will not respond in anger to these people, even though I acknowledge they make me angry. And maybe a good idea the next time you're out and about and you happen to meet up with these people or see these people around who are making you feel a little bit of anger and frustration, maybe a good idea is to think about that line from Enchanted with Giselle, where she says, "You make me so angry," and then she starts laughing. And maybe that will break the notion that responding in anger um, could create or intensify the issues that are happening around you. So that's just a suggestion from me. This is all for entertainment only, and I hope that at the very least that you're a little bit entertained. Right now I can hear birds outside and it's raining and it sounds really, really wonderful. I love the sound of the rain when it falls. Just feels very calming. So, yeah, so I'm gonna close it with that. Been on for about half an hour, so I think that's long enough. But at any rate, I want to pull a card for us out of the Gilded Tarot, uh, the Gilded Reverie Lenormand cards, because I love these cards and I think they're really pretty. And I'm going to see what card comes up for us. So this is a card for all of us. And I'm going to just shuffle it nice here. Shuffle, shuffle. Again, I don't poker shuffle these because I don't want to bend them because they're so pretty. And my gold, I don't want the gold to get worn off. I love these cards. They're so pretty. At any rate, Cheryl Marchetti's stuff is really beautiful. So love Cheryl Marchetti's stuff. Uh, these Lenormand cards. And the other ones that I want to get is the Kipper Lenormand. But right now I am trying not to buy stuff. And I'm not going to do that. But if I am when we're on vacation, I may buy a Spanish deck just for just for fun, because that's kind of a cool idea. So anyway, so here's a card for all of us, and it is the Labyrinth, and I think this is so cool. Um, these people are walking through this labyrinth. Okay, I do not. Okay, I will admit I do not know how to interpret Lenormand cards. I just pull them and I just think, just based on the images alone, what they mean or what they signify. And I think that this is about all of us being on our own path, and we're finding our way to the one destination, which is this gazebo thing in the middle. But we're all walking in our own way, and we're all, passing by each other and maybe not speaking or maybe saying something. But whatever emotions that happen to be going through our minds as we walk, it doesn't really matter because we are walking through this place, and we are recognizing each other, and we're seeing each other, and we're regarding each other, but we all know that everybody has their own story to tell and their own um, experience to convey. So I think that this is, for this particular reading, I think that it is each person determining for him or herself how they handle things like anger and emotion, and specific emotions. And the people are they're very, very centered in where they're going. So here, let me get this a little closer and you can see them a little bit better. So yeah, these folks are very, very centered on where they're going, and they are, you know, and they are looking to reach the destination. The person in the middle has found the destination. The lady in the red dress has found the destination, and that's where she's at. And I think in terms of emotion, I think that this kind of exemplifies the different emotions that we all carry in our lives and stuff with regards to life in general. And pull one more. And this is like the microscope, not the microscope, the spy. I want to say the German word Lupe, but it's a magnifying glass. That's what it is, magnifying glass. And to me, that means really going in, and I think that in terms of anger or any emotion, going in and really kind of delving into the emotions and why one has them. And I think that this sort of makes everything seem clearer and makes everything seem a little bit more. Uh, I don't know. I just get the feeling that this makes everything seem a little bit more defined, definable. So. Anyway, so 43 and 44, card number 43 and card number 44. That's what I think. Is this number 45? No, but it happens to us all. I pulled this card a couple of days ago. All of these things happen to us all. The emotions that we deal with happen to all of us. No matter what sign we're born under. It doesn't matter what our feelings are or what we might think about it. We all have emotions, we all have feelings, we all have these issues that we must contend with, and that is what it's about. It's about acknowledging and embracing that we do have these feelings, and that just because anger comes across as a negative emotion, it's not really a negative emotion, but it's how we respond to it that is positive or negative. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day. We're gonna probably head to the Ham Radio Shack at the club and see if we can get some contacts this afternoon, and just kind of chill with the weather because right now it's just raining and it's like kind of yucky. So can't go out for a walk or anything. So we already had our walk today, so we're good to go. So hope you have a great day. Take care, and as always, namaste.